All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to start comparing and contrasting your abilities and capacities with that of the computers. And the reason why we're doing this first is because this information allows you to flip on some switches inside your mind that help you recognize just how incredibly powerful we all already are. And by installing this new information about the actuality of our abilities, we're able to see through the illusions of the 1.0 mind state that says we can't do stuff like spinning a saber like an expert. And it allows us to create a bypass for those limiting self-belief programs that really honestly are the only thing keeping us from living truly epic lives. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to spend the next 10-15 minutes or so telling you how incredibly awesome you are. And this is going to be so good that a part of the brain might kick on and say, this is too good to be true. So before we unpack all that, I want you to know that this is all hard science. This is stuff that I'm not making up just because I love you. I do, but I know that blowing smoke isn't going to help us here. So everything that I'm about to put forth, I highly encourage you to research yourself so that you can prove the veracity of it. Here's where we're going with this. We are so incredibly powerful that we can't even currently comprehend how powerful we are. However, for the first time in history, we have something to compare ourselves to, and that's our computers. Because if you think about it, here comes the first question, get ready. Out of all the species of animals on the planet, who was able to invent the computer? Hopefully you said we did. Yeah, humans. We invented the computer, and we based it on our own brain because our own brain is the only working computing model in existence. So if we're able to realize that our PCs are externalized reflections of our own intelligence, we can gain some really valuable insights into how we operate. And then we can apply these insights in a way that allows us to accelerate the performance of our minds and bodies. And that's what we're doing here. So the first thing that we're going to do is start comparing and contrasting you with the machine. For example, think about how impressive digital cameras are. And aren't those basically a lot like us? Like, let's say I'm going to turn to the right here, or you turn to the right, and look over, there's a desk there, and there's a lamp on it, and a picture of your parents. You know, and so if you close your eyes, you can still see the dresser and the lamp and the picture of your parents or whatever's over there. And that's basically what a digital camera does. It sees an image, it stores it, it spits it back out on demand. And so it's a pretty much straight across process there. And some really smart person went in and worked out the math on the rods and cones in our eyes, and they figured out what resolution we shoot at. And just for fun, let's do Price is Right rules here. Knowing that the best digital cameras are about 40 megapixels now on the prosumer level, and they do make 9900 megapixel resolution cameras, what do you think our eyes shoot at? I will give you a hint. It's actually slightly more than 99 megapixels. Okay, hopefully your guess is in. Remember, it's Price is Right rules. It's closest to the number without going over. So the actual number on the rods and cones in our eyes, we shoot at a 576 megapixel resolution. Yeah, that's pretty incredible. So what that means is that one JPEG of this scene behind me is 1.2 gigs. Okay, that's pretty incredible, right? Like, that's a high resolution. That's ultra high def. However, think about this. We don't shoot stills. Everything is constantly in motion, so we're constantly shooting movie files. And traditional film shoots at 24 frames a second. The Hobbit, that was so incredible, that film, was shot at 60 frames a second, and it looked hyper realistic. Good job, Peter. So, yeah, like Pete and I, we hang out, like we go back. So anyway, not only are we shooting at 576 megapixel resolution, we're shooting at 300 frames a second. And so what that means is that as you're watching this video and as you're seeing everything that's happening beyond this video, you're processing 360 gigs of data every second. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. And so think about this. That's just visual. You can hear me, hopefully. You can taste whatever is in the air. You can taste food, you can smell, you can feel. You have all of these other data streams coming in, and I don't know the numbers on those, but let's say conservatively it's about half, or a little less than the one visual stream. So let's say we're taking in at least 500 gigabytes of data every single second. So think about that. 1 second of your waking life is equal to an entire 500 gigabyte PlayStation. Yeah, 1 second of your existence completely fills that giant machine. By the way, if at any point you want to go, whoa, yeah, you are the next Neo. We all have Neo level intel inside. We're all the one. So feel free to get excited, because it's just going to keep getting better and better. And remember, this is all science. So here's the even better news. No one ever wakes up in the morning and is like, oh man, I got to get to school. Oh no, my card is full. I am done. We don't ever run out of memory. We have some sort of infinite cloud capacity where we're constantly adding in new memories. 95-year-olds go to college and get degrees. So there's a new study that just came out about a month ago, and they started calculating the amount of, I believe it was connections in the neurons. And so basically what they came to the realization of is that your brain could store the contents of the entire internet. Yeah, that's a lot of lolcats. So think about that. Your brain, your capacity is so massive, you could store all of the internet. We have this infinite cloud capacity that we never run out of memory. So what we did there is we flipped on one switch that helps you remember just how incredibly powerful your memory is.